100K, 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 100K. Bitcoin will be bump, 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 Bitcoin will be bump. 100K, 100K, 100K. Bitcoin will be bump, 100K. Bitcoin will be bump,
Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say. It's going to the moon.
100K. Bitcoin will be bump, 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 Bitcoin will be bump, Bitcoin will be bump, Bitcoin will be bump.
I'm fully muted. Oh no, am I muted? Oh my gosh, I was muted. Hold on. I hope I wasn't muted here. Was I muted on this scene? No, I don't think I was muted on here. Maybe I was, but who cares? Okay, if I was muted, put a 1 in the chat. And if you heard anything or nothing at all, I'll just repeat what I said. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So today, we're going to get into the macro trend of where all of this liquidity is going. That is the name of the game, is liquidity. Gold and the money supply and how the S&P 500 has been reacting and how all of this stuff has been being hashed out with going into the Trump presidency and with the tariffs. We've you know, the whole narrative of if it's gloom and doom and everything's going to go to shit and all that stuff, I think is just par for the course of how we start to really ramp up the money printing and the fiat refinancing, which is happening right now. Where is all that money flowing? Well, that money is flowing into Bitcoin. And so right now we're seeing this happen in real time. Over the past 48 hours, we have seen such a high increase of buy pressure into Bitcoin because of all of the breaking news. We have a lot of bullish news on it's man, where is it? It was Arizona. Was it Arizona? Where is it at? It was one of the states. Yes, it was Arizona. Okay, Arizona became the second U.S. state to adopt Bitcoin for its state treasury. So now this is including 4 different states that are now getting closer and closer to full Bitcoin adoption. So it just seems like there is a massive, just a flippening of sentiment of how we just were, 3-4 years ago. And now we're getting a little bit closer into what we've all been talking about. We've all wanted all of this to happen. We it was kind of like, it's a double-edged sword. Once we let government in, once we let all this stuff in, we kind of want it to be like this. So like we want it to be like some kind of like small bubble, I guess, in some ways, because of how we are with our meme coins and our communities and how crypto, you feel like you're just kind of in this niche thing. But if you really truly want it to be like how these industries, like these companies, these tech companies, to get this type of, to get the type of Tesla money, to get the type of Microsoft money, Amazon, you got to remember they build tech and they build products. And they're very sought after products. And so that's why, and what they build, and that's why so much money ends up being built into the market cap and the value of these particular companies. So then you think about what can be the potential of crypto once it actually gets the type of mainstream adoption, the regulation, all that stuff. Then the big money comes in, because then now it is a high dollar asset class with Bitcoin, including with Ethereum. Then we have Solana go down the pipe. We have a lot of different institutional adoptions eyeing some of these altcoins as well, which could give us the altcoin season that everyone's been talking about. And some people think that the altcoins, so there's no altcoin season. There's a big debate whether there will ever be another altcoin season, but we could show you in a chart. We could show you in a chart where the altcoin season lives. And it really is just the ETH chart and ETH BTC shows you the path. Once we start getting bounces on ETH BTC and we actually get ETH performing well whilst Bitcoin dominance starts to trend down, and we get some mega moves, like we get an ETH God candle like we're getting right now on the daily right now, we're up 10%. So we're making some moves now. We get back up into these ranges here. It's game on. And our alts, like for instance, like I said, guys, the coins that are strong on ETH, that have high liquidity and they hold a lot of ETH and they're paired in ETH, when ETH makes a 10%, 15, 20% move, they're going to pump. So this is what has happened with the coins, like I said, with Pepe, Brett, and Bitcoin. Ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, News. So when you see ETH move, it is going to make these things move. So you see 11% here, Look, Brett 18%. So the strongest movers being Brett and Bitcoin because they are paired. They're paired in ETH. So wrapped ETH, and then you go to base, and you go to Brett, you go to liquidity, Brett right there, and it's paired in ETH. So this is how. And say let's go into I don't want to use GoPulse anymore, so we're gonna have to go to a different metric for the Pulse tokens as well, because I bet those are doing pretty well also today. So actually, let's go back into DEX and we'll just go to Pulse Chain, and we'll see how something. Let's see. So past 6 hours, not too bad. So let's look at the Pulse X, because that's wrapped in Pulse. But let's see if anything is wrapped in, if any of these are paired in Ethereum. No, mostly DAI and wrapped Pulse. A lot of wrapped Pulse. But it's looking good, though. It's not looking too bad. All right. So, major announcement for Trump. We need to go into what the announcement entails. We got to go back to the article real quick. Give me just a moment, guys. All right, so let's actually go to the official announcement. There it is. That's so weird. Okay. I am having a hard time finding this for some reason. Not getting any direct links of the announcement. All right, did he make the announcement yet? It was supposed to be at 10. But did they actually make the an official announcement on video?
Together, we stand strong, united, and informed. So join us and be part of the right side of history.
You've heard how hard it can be to get.
Then you're going to be in trouble, whether financially, militarily. Honor the life and legacy of a leader.
No, okay, so it hasn't been made just yet.
Of the Roman Catholic Church, as that
of the right
time of crisis, time of crisis.
Okay, all right, so the actual official 10 a.m. announcement that was supposed to be made has not been made just yet. So we'll have to wait on that. So it's 10:44 now, so. It was supposed to be made at 10 a.m., but we had the announcement of the deal with the UK. So that's a big one. So Trump UK deal. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The agreement with the United Kingdom is a full and comprehensive one that will cement the relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom for many years to come because of our long-time history and allegiance together. It is a great honor to have the United Kingdom as our first announcement of a deal. So many other deals which are in serious stages of negotiations, one of them being China, one of them being India. So those are the two other major ones. And I guess, as MSNBC said, it's sad to report that the U.S. has reached a trade deal with the UK, and it's a big political win for Trump. All right, so let's see what happens here. Let's see if we're getting any. Nope, we got the pillow guy. All right, so no announcement just yet. No official Trump announcement just yet. That was supposed to happen at 10, but it's not there just yet. But in the meantime, we have the alts pumping. We got ticker Bitcoin up 32%. This chart looks amazing. Chart is looking good. We're getting a really awesome green candle. Also on Pepe as well. Sui up 13%, so that's looking really good. Floki up 10%. We got Near Protocol up 9%. Near Protocol looking really good. ETH up 9%. It's crazy. Zeus 10%. Zeus up 10%. We've been talking about Zeus and the whole Zeus BTC protocol thing that they got going on. Something's going on with that. I think there might be a lot of value coming into the Zeus token because whenever Bitcoin's pumping, Zeus is pumping. Solana's doing well, Zeus is doing well. So it's kind of one of those tokens that I'm eyeing right now. And let's see what other altcoins are doing well. Gaming, okay, Naka pulling some weight here, 10%. We like seeing that. We got Chainlink up 7%, Doge up 8%. Doge, I think, is going to be breaking out of this little swoop pattern here. I think we're going to start crushing back into our 200-day average, which I think is like around 200. It's like 23 cents, I think, is like kind of an average price of Doge. The 200 to 100-week moving average, 200-day moving average is around that 23 cents, 24 cents. So anything under that is great. So 18 cents right now, pushing up to test that 21 cent, 22 cents area. And when we break that, you can kind of see on the inverse here what kind of price structure we'll start getting into, and it'll look maybe a little something. I mean, it might look a little something like that. You know, we'll start crushing those levels. We'll hit some resistance up at the top here at 28 cents, and we could skirt around a little bit, and then we're gonna get back up into these ranges where we were just there. So I think what can happen here is when we get a spike over 100K with Bitcoin, and if we can hold strong, we don't get major resistance at that 100K, then, and also the fact that ETH is performing strong right now is signaling that we could have bottomed on ETH here, and now we could be off to the races. And it could be just following the liquidity cycle. Last time we had that same injection of liquidity and all the things like that pre-COVID, and then also in COVID, causing all of these things. And so with that, we could just be repeating that cyclical cycle of liquidity, and this could be why you don't have to be confused as to why certain things are moving or why things are doing what they're doing, because it just kind of lines up with how the money flows. It kind of comes in, comes out, gets overflated, kind of bubbled, and too much debt. Then what they have to do, it's like the party stops. They have to raise the interest again, and then we see this game happen. How do you fix it? Okay, oh, well, we'll slowly lower the interest and then buy back and refinance the debt. But how do you do that? Okay, we have to print more money. You have to, buy the bonds and encourage treasury buys from other countries. And then ultimately, it just leads to bigger stock market flows, because where else are, because I just think about, you don't have to really be like a markets expert. You just can think, okay, if the dollar is inflating and if you're not getting an average of over 10%, because if the most stable thing you can do is to go into your 401k and invest in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and things like that are supposed to yield you at least 10% on the year, then if you're not getting 10%, you're basically breaking even. So at that point with that, you're breaking even. And then if you are, you might be able to do like 20%, you might be able to get, but there's really not very many things that are going to beat the rate of inflation. So these big wigs, they know this. Oh, yes, right. Let's go. Ethereum is past 2K. Yes. Big. Ethereum. Man, this is gonna make the alts hard. And I'm okay that I took profits. We took profits on stream earlier this morning because you never know. You never know. I mean, there could have been a big sell off at some resistance or something, but with the news and with everything looking pretty good right now, I was like, we're probably still going to go up, but I like to try and test myself where I feel greedy or feel like I want to get more. I need to be able to practice that risk management and practice my rules. Like, if you have certain set rules, a certain strategy, then you want to be able to give yourself an opportunity to stay true to it. Because why? Because like, if you just keep breaking it every time and you can't follow it, you're given opportunities to do it and then you don't do it. So give yourself an opportunity and a chance to test your strategy and your rules. So then when they work, you're like, wow, if I really stick with these and follow them and then align it with the proper risk management, because your rules and your strategies can be a little different than mine. You could say, okay, when my trade is up 75%, I want to take 25 off. You could say, I'll wait till it's 100% and then I'll take 50. You could say, all right, the moment that I'm in profit, I'm going to set a stop loss at break even so I make sure I do not lose anything. And then once you're really up in profit and you've already taken a little profit off, you can move the stop loss and take profit, so then you're still taking profit. So you are making sure that you're not letting the market know that you think you're 100% right, because no one's 100% right. So that's why we have the ability to have the stop loss and we have the take profits, and that is why they're there. So then you don't get chopped up. But let's go. Finally, we get back to a 2K ETH. Let's go. We're finally back. ETH is back, my friends. It's awesome when we're happy that ETH is doing 10%. But that's good though, compared to what it's done against Bitcoin. It's been atrocious. I mean, it's been really bad. So now you can kind of see it playing out on the ETH BTC chart. It's starting to pump. I think if we could get back up into these ranges, like, look, we could be actually looking pretty good. We could be actually having a V-shaped recovery here. Something. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's possibly do something like that. And we got a point of control sitting at 0.03. Yeah, it's looking tasty. It's looking juicy. Especially, look at, I said the top brands right now are going to be Ticker Bitcoin and Pudgy Penguins. In terms of NFT collections and brands and just noticeable things that you're just not going to be able to ignore, it's going to be these little cheeky blue Sprotos. And then once people find out about the Sprotos and they don't know about the coin that's connected to it, then the coin itself. So imagine these are back at 4 ETH floor, or they start to get to about 10 ETH floor. Because right now, Pudgy Penguins is at a 12 ETH floor. And then the Miladies, those are at a 3 floor right now. So that's where Ticker Bitcoin, that's where the Sprotos were just at. So I do believe these are going to be the two. I mean, these are going to be the two top NFT brands, and then also with the token connected with it. And then you can kind of see it right here with how the performance is with these particular coins. And then look, Brett up 20%. Said Brett has done a really good job of solidifying branding through a lot of the partnerships and events that they've sponsored. So that's been huge. And it is one of the highest base, transacted meme coins. Still with no Coinbase listing. All right, did we get the announcement? Oh, there it is. Okay, Trump announcement.
With all of them, and in particular the international.
We await President Trump.
Agreement with the UK is the first in a series of agreements on trade that my administration has been negotiating over the past 4 weeks. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle of international trade. The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our Secretary, as you know, of Agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
So
You'll let the farmers know. In addition, the UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminated against American products, but this is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries, because it'll be really great for the UK also. So they're opening up the country. Their country is a little closed, and we appreciate that. They'll also be fast-tracking American goods through their customs process, so our exports go to a very, very quick form of approval, and there won't be any red tape. Things are going to move very quickly both ways. The final details are being written up in the coming weeks. We'll have it all very conclusive, but the actual deal is a very conclusive one. We think just about everything's been approved. So good for both countries, and we'll also receive new market access for American chemicals, machinery, and many other industrial products that weren't allowed, and they'll end up getting products that they'll be able to price, and if they like them better and we make great products, they'll be buying those products, but they were not available in the UK. Furthermore, in a historic step, the deal includes plans that will bring the United Kingdom into the economic security alignment with the United States. That's the first of its kind. So we have a big economic security blanket, and that's very important, and we feel very, very comfortable with that because it's been a great ally, truly one of our great allies. I mean, a lot of people say our greatest ally. I don't want to insult people by saying that, but I can say it's certainly one of our greatest, and right at the top, and they're the first one we're talking about. And by the way, we have many meetings planned today and tomorrow, and every country wants to be making deals. And we have a meeting, as you know, Scott will be going over to Switzerland on Saturday, and that'll be very, very interesting. We'll find out, but I think they want to make a deal very badly, too. Both countries have agreed that the economic security is national security and will be working together as allies to ensure that we have a strong industrial base, appropriate export controls, and protections for key technologies and industries like steel. Steel is a big factor. Both countries will become stronger with steel and things necessary for military. You know, we used to build ships and other things literally at a level that nobody's ever seen, and we haven't. We've eased up, and I would say that the UK certainly eased up, but now we're going to be uneasing both, and we work together. Once again, I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer. He's been terrific for his partnership in this matter. The special relationship and external bond, it's really an external and an internal bond between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before. And we really do. We have a great relationship. I want to just say that the representatives of UK have been so professional. And it's been an honor doing business with all of them, and in particular the Prime Minister. And I'd like to introduce him now to say a few words. Mr. Prime Minister, please take it away.
Thank you, Mr. President, Donald. And this is a really fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries. And I think it's a real tribute to the history that we have of working so closely together. Can I pay tribute, Donald, to your negotiating team as well, particularly yes. Howard and Jameson, who've done an incredible job, a very professional job, and my team as well. Two negotiating teams have worked at pace now for a number of weeks to bring in this deal today. Really important deal. This is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs but create jobs, opening market access. And as you say, Donald, the timing couldn't be more apt, because not only was it 80 years ago today that victory came for Europe after and at the end of the Second World War, but of course on that day the UK and the US stood together as the closest of allies. And Donald, I think even down to the hour, because you may or may not know that it was about this time of day, exactly 80 years ago, that Winston Churchill announced victory in Europe, and that led to great celebrations.
That's a wild
Europe,
synchronicity.
America, but particularly
Whoa.
in the United Kingdom. Literally people going out into the street, putting bunting up, going up to the palace. And so to be able to announce this great deal on the same day, 80 years forward, almost at the same hour, and as we were 80 years ago, with the UK and the US standing side by side, I think is incredibly important and makes this truly historic. That's close
wild.
Relationship has endured over those 80 years. As you know, Donald, when it comes to defence and security and intelligence sharing, of course, there are no two countries that are closer than our two countries. And now we take this into new and important territory by adding trade and the economy to the closeness of our relationship. It is built, as you say, on those notions of fairness and reciprocal arrangements. We've always had a fair and balanced arrangement between our countries. This builds on that, hugely important for sectors like car manufacturing and for steel and aluminium and so many others. And yes, we can finish hammering out some of the details, but there's a fantastic platform here, including, of course, on the tech side, where I think I'm right in saying we're the only two Western countries with trillion-dollar sectors when it comes to tech. And in the end, it comes down to, as you say, Donald, economic security is national security. On national security, we've been absolutely the closest of allies for so many years, keeping the peace through that close alliance, that friendship. And now we add to that this deal on trade and the economy. And I want to thank you for your leadership on that, Donald, and for the way in which your team have negotiated this, and I'm so pleased that we've got this deal, we've finalised it, and we've built an incredible platform for the future. So thank you so much. Donald, I'm now going to go and do a press conference. I think you have your press in with you, but on the details, I think if you've got Howard, we can deal with that through one of my team.
That's great. Well, Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much. It's an honor. We're going to have a continued, maybe a better relationship than ever before. You know, I don't know if the media knows, but the U.S. and U.K. have been working for years to try and make a deal, and it never quite got there.
Yeah.
It did with this Prime Minister. So I want to just congratulate you.
Well, with this President, this Prime Minister, we've managed to achieve what many people have tried to achieve for many years.
That's right.
And I'm really pleased, and it feels completely historic and on a special 80-year anniversary as well. So, Donald, thank you so much. It's really good to have got this deal over the line. Tribute to both teams, tribute to our countries, and tribute to your leadership.
Thank you. Well, it really is a great thing. And you go do your press conference, and I'll see you soon. Maybe speak to you later. But thank you very much. And an incredible thing. I can't tell you that for so many years, even as I sat, everybody talked and talked and talked about a deal with. It just seemed like a natural deal, but it was not done. But now it was done with us. So I feel very proud to have been a part of it. Keir, thank you very much.
Thanks, Donald, and we'll speak again soon.
Very good. So long. Bye. Why don't I do this? Why don't I have our Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, give a little description of the deal pretty quick, and then the good side, the very nice side, we'll be speaking about it also, maybe, from so you get a pretty equal. I think it's a very, it's just been a deal that was, we thought, very complicated. It became very simple. It's opening up the country that we really didn't have the kind of access to that I would have thought. I was surprised. I think it's why the deal never got done before. It was, you know, they've been working on this deal for 25 years. And we got it done, and we got it done. Really, it's going to be great for both countries. So, Howard, if you could go, and then somebody else, you may have, you'll pick whoever you want who'd like to do it. I have a feeling you're going to do it, right? So you guys go ahead, and then we'll take questions right after that. But I think you'll get a pretty good understanding of how big it is. It's a very large deal, very big deal. And Howard, go ahead.
So the UK is the 6th largest economy in the world, and the 4th largest that we export to, right? So it's a huge market, a top 10 market. If you remember Liberation Day, they were at 10% because we have balanced trade with the UK, right? They say they have a surplus, but of course that counts gold bullion, which is, so let's just call it balanced trade. So how do you open up a market in balanced trade? People think it's impossible. They've always thought it was impossible until President Trump came on the scene and changed the way things work. So here's what we've got. We've opened up new market access, ethanol, beef, machinery, all the agricultural products. They've agreed to open their markets.
Salute to everyone.
That will add $5 billion.
By the way, I just want to say hello and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you're watching, as Da Vinci would say. We are deep. We are swimming in the milk and honey, the land of milk and honey, right? You know, so I think ultimately what this big chess game that has been played by the United States with all these other countries is kind of the tariffs were a method of negotiation that were already tariffs, but then I think the public became more aware that there were countries that had been, quote, maybe manipulating the United States, or we had been paying for stuff, or we were sending, and then not to mention all the money that's been sent out to these other countries, and you're just like, wow, there's just crazy, monetary policy that's not being checked and balanced like it should be, especially when it's taxpayer money, government money, federal money, And so what I think this ultimately is a big chess game of getting money back into America. We make the right trade deals that actually benefit us and don't siphon us out. and we have long-lasting trade relationships and deals with our allies that have, you know, respected the United States and have made alliances in the past through super tough times. You know, so it's evident with this deal. What's so crazy was that's cool. 80 years ago, it was synchronistic for this same day is when Winston Churchill, you know, announced that, you know, the war, you know, was over, and that it was kind of, and then it was kind of a break of a revolution after that. And that now on the same day, on the same hour that now the United States is making this deal with the UK. So it's really cool how that all kind of syncs up in synchronicity and things that can signal a golden age and actually a move of energy into more of a prosperous, abundant time, which I think we all deserve in this world. And because of the nature of all the stuff that we had been going through, which was basically like the pit of despair in COVID times, you know, that is now we're coming out of that and getting into the curve of success, you know. But it takes patience. It takes us getting burned in the crucible, and then you come out like a shiny sword. So, yo, we got Jason Casper in the chat. We got Jason Casper in the house. What's going on, dude? You should be streaming. Are you not streaming? All the love to Jason. Jason, you were making me laugh so hard yesterday. My wife was like, what is that in the background? Like, stop loss? There is no stop loss. But I think I did clip that too. We gotta go to that clip because that was funny. Oh man. We might have to do the pop song.
We're gonna jump, now we're gonna pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go.
All right, 5 minutes until Jerome Powell comes out the closet. Here we go, baby. Where's the stop loss? There is no stop loss. There's no stop loss, baby.
It's gonna dump. I have an invisible microphone. It's gonna dump. And then we're gonna... Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do this, the pump song for today. Especially if we're really pumping, we might, because look, we're in this tasty range. We're in a tasty range now. I know, it's funny watching yourself back. Oh my gosh. It's gonna top. I love the whisper screaming is the best. Ew. And the blah. You gotta like the periphery. You gotta do the periphery. The periphery. Blah. Just puke. It's just pure puke on the mic. You get the best tone, the blah tone. Jason knows about that crab core blah. Okay. All right, we're getting some people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. It's 3 likes. We just have 3 likes so far, so we need to get the likes up. Smash up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. This is the second stream of the day. We're working a fun event tonight. We're actually we're going to be running sound for Afro Man tonight. So that's going to be fun. I was going to DCA, but then I got ooh. I was going to check the charts to trade. All right. Let's get back to Mr. Howard Lutnick.
$1 billion of opportunity to American exporters. So the question is, why would they do that now? Because they've never done it before, and we still have our 10% tariff on, which will produce $6 billion of revenue for the United States. So the idea was, how did they keep their jobs, protect their economy, and do the best for their people while opening the market for us? And the way is they studied it, their team was exceptional, and they tried to figure out the markets that they're importing from other people and try to send them over to America. So why were they always favoring others and not us? And what they've done is they've found the ways to do that so that we have new access, right? But the UK workers are protected, and that was the balance. So we did a deal with them in automobiles, and you know, if you're not building here, we charge you a 25% tariff. But the president, and by the way, I want to make this clear, while Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal, and people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him, I have the best deal maker to my left, and if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done because he understands business, he understands deals, and that's why we're here today. So he agreed they could send 100.
It's a really, really great point that Howard Lutnick is making, is that you would kind of want your president of whatever country, your prime minister, whoever's like the guy in charge, you would want him to be the best deal. You would want him to be the best negotiator, the best deal maker, cool, calm, collected. I mean, just you would want them to be not aggressive, but you know. But that's so I feel like Trump is kind of like a good balance of all those things. Like he doesn't lose. It doesn't seem like he loses his cool, but there's certain topics that definitely does get him going. But and he's been in business long enough, and you know obviously he's not perfect. You know he's made mistakes. People always give him give Trump a bad rap on his real estate portfolio or like his casino that he tried to do, or you know. I'm sure you go down the list, like not every, person who's been in business is going to have a perfect track record. Let's just say that. But if you can make it to the White House, I mean, you might have done something right. I don't know. But you would disagree. You would disagree if you like, because Biden made it to the White House. So. And it is very fascinating. And then when you go back to the clips of Biden, like way back, like old Biden clips, I mean, like you're just like, wow, how did this guy even get as far as he did? Seemed even scammier back then. So something doesn't add up. Something doesn't seem right. Seems like maybe people didn't actually vote for him. Maybe the election was rigged. Oh my gosh, now my channel's really going to get banned. But yes, Emmanuel, I will say hello. I will say hello from the YouTube world, from the cryptoverse. I'll say hello from the cryptoverse. All right, we're approaching 100K. We're getting close. We're literally hundreds of dollars away. We're only like $200 away. We're $200 away from 100K. Give me a break. And I feel like no one cares. No one cares. The YouTube isn't on fire. There's not thousands of people flooding into the crypto streets right now. XN said Joe Biden's mentor was an active member in the KKK. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. We're about to hit 100K. We're about to hit 100K, guys. We're gonna have to put the pump song on. We might have to do the Jason Casper pump song. I love Jason. Are you still watching? Jason, are you here? Can you send me the link of that of that particular pump song. Because I need the it's gonna dump. But is it gonna dump? Because we're pumping right now. I should just sing, it's gonna pump, then it's gonna pump. It's gonna pump, then it's gonna pop. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. The 5-minute candles are freaking... Woo! Let's go. Let's go. The trades are looking real juicy right now. They're looking nice and juicy. We got cash on the side. And we would be tempted to go into a trade right now into... I mean, just about anything. I mean, you would just want to start chucking money into the markets right now. You just go, oh, just blindly chucking money at just some random coins. I mean, look, you can even say, oh man, fart coin. Let me long fart coin right now. But no, we're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna be patient. But guys, we did long ETH. We longed ETH yesterday. Look at that. Pretty sweet entry. We said ETH is going higher. We said PA WMP pump, and we put it into the ether, and it worked. We got almost the exact bottom. We said if ETH is going to do that, which we think it was a very high chance, because of how much... When you start seeing videos of people complaining and making videos about them complaining about holding ETH, I'm like, bro, you've held it for only a few years. What are you complaining about? You're such a complainer. You're never going to make it. People like the Gainsey person. Where's the Gainsey guy? Like, I was like, for one, shave your shoulders and buy more ETH. This was the bottom signal here. Is this guy who I don't even know who he is. I don't even care who he is. But he crashed out and was like, look, this Ethereum isn't going anywhere. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to make this video so then I can convince everyone else to do what I'm doing because I'm not willing to hold. I'm not willing to hold through like a little bit of redistribution here. Guess what the redistribution is? All these people that are really dumb selling their ETH to the rich people. You're not going to make it. So this guy needs to shave his shoulders and buy more ETH. That's what I said. When I saw this, that was my two. I was like, he needs to do two things. He needs to shave his shoulders and he needs to buy more Ethereum and stop complaining and stop smoking a cig on stream or on your video. All bad influence. Like, everything that he's saying is bad influence, and I don't even know who he is. I hope no one else does, but it's really annoying. How many followers does he have? Oh my gosh, of course. Of course people like this that have 290,000 followers say some dumb shit like that. Sorry. I got to calm down because it's so dumb. I'm over here breaking down macro technical analysis telling you that ETH is going to actually probably go to 10K and that we're in the biggest macro bullish freaking uptrend to ever exist. And we got people telling you to sell your Ethereum. Oh my gosh. This and then I got people on my channel wondering why I'm getting upset. Why I'm upset that there's not enough people watching this channel or hitting the like button. Because what I'm saying is way more freaking bullish than this freaking crap. Whatever, hold on. Where is it? Where did it go? I don't know where it is. I lost it. But it's annoying. Whatever it is. It's like, what? By the way, guys, the smaller accounts are always more right than someone who has 400,000 freaking followers. Insane. So stupid. But I digress. All right, let's go. Let's go. Did we hit 100K? God, did we hit 100K? Did we miss it? Yes, we're above 100K, baby. Let's go. Surprised my wife hasn't busted into my office and said, will you calm down? Okay, let's go. We're pumping it. Like, we got to get the, where's the pump song? Yes. I want all the bears destroyed. I want them sliced. Let's cook them. Cook all the I want all the shorts cooked right here. Everyone that's shorting right now at 100K, I want them cooked. Yes, cook them. Yes. I want that. I want Gainsey cooked on it. I want him cooked on a spit. I want him twisted. I want him rotisseried. Where's ETH? ETH is pumping too, and you probably sold. Keep selling your coins. Keep selling your coins while we become perma-bullish. I want all bears destroyed at 100K resistance.
Going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon.
Bitcoin will be pump.
Are you excited, my friends? You should be. Do you have trades open? You should. Do you not? Well, I don't know. You tell me. I feel like I'm the only one dancing over here. You guys are not bullish enough. Get excited. Get bullish. Believe in something. Believe in yourself. Believe that you were here first before everyone else. That's what you have to have the belief. We are over 100K, guys. Come on. 100K. $100,640 per Bitcoin right now. Come on. Let's get excited. Let's go. Where are all the people? Where are you? This is insanity. Yeah, we are mega pumping right now. This means the alts, ETH is on a tear as well. Let's go. ETH is following suit also too. ETH is trading really strong with Bitcoin. Before it was that Bitcoin was pumping and ETH BTC was going down and ETH was bleeding into Bitcoin and alts were getting kind of smashed and only kind of going up a little bit. Now we are through the breakthrough point, okay? Big deal made with the UK. We got Howard Lutnick, the person who made the deal and helped Trump with the deal, is also setting up the 20. It has this company with Jack Mallers with Tether to buy more Bitcoin. We got, oh man, there's just so much. There's so much stuff. There's so much liquidity that's going to flow into this market that we're in, and I still feel like we're not bullish enough. The timeline on Twitter is it really is. It's more bearish than anything. You got some outliers where people are bullish, but like really it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it. Like, where's the excitement? This is not the same excitement from us like hitting 69 or 70K from last cycle. It's just, it's wild. It's blowing my mind. And did Ivan even stream today? That is also, what is happening? Am I in like the freaking Twilight Zone? Am I in the Twilight Zone? What the something's up. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. It's like Ivan didn't stream. I was streaming earlier this morning, trying to capture the 100K. We have now captured 100K on stream. We are now getting into pump territory where it's just blowing out. Massive engulfing green candles on the 5-minute here. Oh, you know it, brother. I'm gonna orange pill Afro Man tonight. Me and Afro Man are gonna become best friends. Me and Afro Man are gonna become best friends. I'm gonna give him a gift. Oh my gosh, look at this. We could be soaring right now. I know we're cool. We're going to probably cool off a little bit, but I was saying if we break 100K and we can just like actually destroy the shorts, like the shorts that are going to come in at 100K, cuz a lot of shorts and sellers are at 100K. I know, yeah. Laser said, trying to catch as much as I can while working, sneaking crypto stuff in. I know, yeah. And then Jason Casper showed up and showed some support. So shout out to Jason Casper and the Casper crew. Well, I do like the numbers that we got here. We have concurrent viewers 7. We have 7 likes. We could definitely get the likes up a little bit more. We could definitely do that. Let's see how many people are streaming. Let's see how many people we got streaming. Okay, we got BitLab Academy streaming. We got 33 peeps on there. Let's pop in. Let's say hello.
To use a technical term.
All right, let's go back. We got, the day in the life of a humble trillionaire. I wonder who's he talking about? Talking about himself? He's like trillionaire. Yeah, he might be. Carl might be at that point. Let's see, we got Bitcoin Magazine live. Okay, we got the Moon Show live. Crypto Lifer live. Discover Crypto's live. Anti-Bitcoin Census is live. All right, I'll tell you whose stream to go to. Out of all those streams that you just saw, go to Anti-Bitcoin Census. Shout out to Andy, the man. We'll see what he thinks.
It didn't get any love at all. No love for the XRP video. My goodness. It got like 2K views. Nobody gives a damn of XRP. But the XRP chart looks incredibly bullish. You know, this is a multi-year correction breakout, and it's in a new cycle here. I hate XRP, but I understand that it's bullish, right? So the chart
got
looks
that same target.
bullish. I love Ethereum, and I do understand that Ethereum as well.
Yeah, we might have to. Yeah, that's it. We got it. That's it. We got it. Pump song. It's time. Let's go. It's time to pump. It's time to pump this thing. We got to go to 101K, then 102, then 103. We might just break through the damn ceiling today. Let's do it. We're feeling frisky. All right. Time to pump this thing. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Breakthrough. Come on. Hold it. I want the shorts wrecked. I want shorts wrecked so hard. I want them all wrecked. I want all bears wrecked right now. I don't care. I want them all gone. Wreck them. Wreck the 100K. Wreck 'em all! Listen, it's getting top that we gonna pop. It's getting top that we gonna pop. It's getting top that we gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, guys, you don't understand. You're not as excited as I am. You need to be. I want you blasting this out of your car. Roll down the windows. If you're driving, scream. The ticker is Bitcoin, and it's always been Bitcoin. Here's a message for you. It says, God will help you. Jesus will help you. Please don't quit. Keep trying. As many times you have lost, you will win. And people are convincing you to not buy any Bitcoin. It's just for rich people. This is when you tell them. This is when you tell them. Dump, then we gonna pump. It's gonna dump, then we gonna pump. It's gonna dump, then we gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's blah. Let's blah. It's gonna dump, then we gonna pump. It's gonna dump, then we gonna pump. Then we gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Oh, okay. All right, we got it out of our system. We got it out. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, I think that worked. You think it worked? Yeah, I think it worked. I think that I really, all the people that think they can do it again. Oh, cool guys. Let's just short at 100K. Oh, we're genius. We're geniuses, man. Well, guess what? I hope all the 100K shorters get absolutely destroyed, because I'm so tired of this whole shorting narrative. Oh, let's short at the... No. We need the prices to keep going up. You stop it right now. I want everyone perma-long in their longs and long in the long. No more shorters. I want the bears wrecked. The bears are going to go back into their hole. Go to your hole. We all-time highs are coming around the corner, and I will not stand for anything else. Tired of the bears. Bye. You had enough we had enough. You had enough. Get away from our picnic. The only thing that you are allowed to have now is the stinky potato salad. You can have that. Take it. But it's time for you to go. We're about to break into $101,000. $101,000 Bitcoin. I was saying it today. We were going to hit 100K. I actually said it yesterday. I said if we can hold and break these levels and turn all that resistance into support and do a support resistance flip, and we had a good bull, and the MACD setup was the setup, then we're going to get a 13% like move. We're going to get a push. We're going to get a real nice push to the upside from that point. And where was that point? What chart did we do it on? Right here. I mean, we still have 10. We still have a lot of more percentages to go. If we're going to average out the same MACD setup that we had here, I think we were showing it earlier. We had a particular MACD setup on the 4 hour, or was it on the daily? I have to look. Yeah. Look at this. Okay, that was it. Yeah. Okay. So you can see here. Here was the price, bottomed out here in April. This was the 20th. You can see the MACD. You can see the breakout. I'll make this one bigger so that you can see it. You can see here. Crossover. Bullish. And then from there, that was a 12%, 13% move. Okay. So now, crossover. Bullish. We're only 7% move. Okay. So I'm going average 13% for this particular run up on the MACD, which brings us right back to all-time, close to the all-time highs. Now, we have actually a lot more liquidity sitting up at more of the top levels here of 105 and 106, because those were the after back tests of the all-time high from 109, because we actually ranged up here. Didn't stay for very long, but we ranged. And then that was when we went down through a full, descending wedge pattern, and how people were thinking, okay, 71 is going to be that capitulation low. That's going to be the max pain. And now that is invalidated. That is fully invalidated. Now we're getting into an inverse head and shoulders pattern, breaking up. That's already cleared the neckline, showing support to get back into this area right here. So we're just looking at price structure, price structure and how we've reacted in the past and where levels could probably end up shooting to pretty fast. And so that's what we were betting off of. It's what we were kind of putting our trades on. And now we have completely crossed through the barrier of $101,230 per Bitcoin, $101,277 per Bitcoin, and the timeline and the people are silent. It is fascinating. I am finding it so fascinating. We're breaking out. We're literally heading up into new all-time highs. We're smashing levels, and people are nowhere to be found. Man. But we got shout out to Kenneth Lodge. We got Eric. We got Cabrera. We got Lasers. XN. Jason Casper popped in for a little bit. We appreciate all you guys. Almost everyone in here is a mod. So let's go. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to all the blue. And we got Kenneth. He's repping the green with the Pepe. Make sure if you want to become a member of the channel, you'll get a really nice green logo while you're in the chat, so you get the little perks. You get to send some awesome emojis, but then also we are going to be doing some. We really want to get the members only live streams get up a little bit more. Like it feels like we'll get some members and then it drops off, but we want to get at least 10. So then we get all 10 members or so into the members only live streams. I think that'd be cool. So if you haven't thought about becoming a member of the channel, why not try it? I think it's like $2 or $3 or something. All right, so yeah, Bitcoin is pumping. Yes, there you go, Kenneth. Yeah, you gotta spam the chat. You gotta spam the chat with the emojis. We have some fun ones. We got the Pepes. We got a Van Gogh Pepe, but then we also have the beaten ticker, because even through all of the beatings of the ticker Bitcoin, the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu, coin, it just represents every level of hype on the cycle of memes and the altcoins. Look, 2023 peak. March right here, that was peak. ETH was pumping, doing really well, and this was also doing well. And look, it was even at the bottoms here, and it went up. I was even at the bottom here, and whenever we were getting into the Trump pump, this thing was doing well. So it's kind of like I consider this almost like a meme index. So for me, this is the end game of memes for me, and also Pepe. I think Pepe, Doge, ticker Bitcoin, things like that are good end game tokens for multi-cycle tokens. When we think of end game tokens, we think multi-cycle coins that you have multiple different opportunities to become wealthy inside the chart. And so it's like you can see here that multiple times, you would be able to had accumulated in a bunch of different, or as the community would say, accumulated. you in here, and you had opportunity right here to make 233%, opportunity right here to make 500%, opportunity right here to make 124%. You right here, you can make 360. So every point where the chart got bad is the point where a DCA would have been a pretty smart move, because then look, and not to say you don't sell. I mean, obviously everyone has their strategy, but you think about it, multiple opportunities, and there are a few charts that look like this. Some would say this chart doesn't look good, but I love it. I think it's a great representation of cycles and hype in particular narratives. And then when Ethereum is obviously doing really well, it is a direct correlation representation of that price. We've showed you on the actual chart too. Remember, we pull up Bitcoin and we pop on ETH, and you can see it represented here, that it follows it very well. All right. What are we on? The daily chart? Okay, yeah. So you can see right here it was a little different, but then up here it followed it pretty well. Like it was definitely has followed ETH up at the top here. This was a little different during the launch periods. Then we had the recovery, and all during this time. Sprotos were starting to gain popularity. Man, we're really going somewhere here with ETH. I really believe it. Sometimes you do have to believe. Man, we are really pumping right now. We're looking really juicy. This is looking real sweet. We're going to get all this mess off of here. We're going to get all this stuff. Here's our target. Here's our target, our short-term target here. We're going to be here sooner than you think. And then ultimately, I think my price target, I mean, God, we could hit our price target for, so I was thinking 150, but kind of between 130 and 150 by September. But it could be, we could be getting to 120 or between 120 and 126 like before then. That's going to be wild. That means it's like that price target is fast tracked, and we might be getting actually a supply squeeze a lot sooner than we were expecting because of the nature of the supply and demand mechanism of Bitcoin. The exchanges are not going to have enough to go around. Something's going to happen here. Man, it's crazy. We just took like 100 and or so profits. Like we took about $150 in profits, and now we were up 230, And now we're back up to almost $200 in unrealized profits again. So like these trades are printing right now. These trades are printing because of the entry that we got. It was juicy. Juicy entries on ETH. Caught the bottom. Bitcoin, we caught the bottom way back here, but we've DCA'd into it. So we've kind of, hedged into the trade. So like, but also look, exact bottom entry. Walrus, exact bottom entry. And you notice a trend here. Each entry was on a double bottom setup with showing strength. So you can see here, I sold some up at the top here, and I re-entered back here. So then showing some strength. I waited a little bit. I was trying to be patient. I was like, let me take some profits. Let me kind of see what's going on. And I wasn't perfect. I put in a bad trade or two. I think I went in too fast on Pepe, and that one got smashed. And so I was like, okay, all right, let me wait. Let me be patient here, because I know something's about to pop. I feel it. I felt it in my bones, in my jellies, smelly jellies. I could feel it. I was like, there's going to be some kind of pop here. Can feel the momentum of Bitcoin racing up, and also with ETH, I was feeling it. I was like, I can just tell by even just the timeline alone that Ethereum's gonna pump, because people are getting so impatient, they're capitulating, they're crashing out, and that's when you long. That's when you long, baby. That's when you put in the long. When people are crashing out, and they're getting impatient, because that's what happened. RIP, rest in peace, all the people that capitulated on Bitcoin when they didn't have the patience, and they're like, yep, I sold at 2,000. I just can't hold anymore. And then it went to 13,000, and they were like about to, just, oh gosh, I can imagine the feeling. So let's not do that. Even Raoul Pal explains that. He was like, I totally effed it up. He was like, I sold at 2,000 and watched it go to 13,000, and then he bought back at 6. He was like, that's not how you do it. He's like, that's how you don't do it. He's like, that is the wrong thing to do. So how you can actually succeed is you be patient. You have to be patient, because you don't want to chase the price, because then at a point you're just, patience. Liquidity is dumping into crypto right now, and we can see it playing out in real time. And some people are still confused as to what to do. It's called DCA and hodl away. Like, you got DCA, hodl away, and at a point you will feel a good point to take profits. And I'll give you a good key emotional indicator of when you should take profits. Here's the emotional indicator of when you should take profits, and also a good retail metric of how and when is a good time to start maybe taking profits. Not selling all your bags, not being like, oh, I'm going to exit out of crypto, but just to start to slice and pay yourself. Because you're gonna feel euphoric. There's going to be a point where there's going to be things moving like crazy. Like, these moves right now are going to look like nothing. And there's going to be so much money flowing around, and it's going to feel like it did almost like when Doge was pumping on Robinhood, and we had, Elon pumping our bags, and, we had the whole GME thing. You remember that feeling? Remember that like FOMO feeling? Okay. That's the points where it's usually a good time to start paying yourself. We're not there yet, obviously. I'm over here dancing with 6 people watching on my live stream, like screaming, it's going to dump and we're going to pump. Like, retailing here, no, like, that's just a fact. I would think that I would have probably a little bit more of just kind of, people that are curious about crypto kind of coming in and trying to watch some live streams and stuff like that, how it was last cycle. But it's just the same. It's the same crew here. It's the same little crew that watches all the time, which I love you guys. But yeah, that just kind of proves that it's just we're not there yet. So your indication of when to sell is when all those things are kind of starting to feel like it did last time. You're feeling euphoric. You're feeling like it can keep going. Like you're just feeling like you don't want to sell. That's when you do it. And when your friends who have never been interested in crypto, they've never asked you any questions, they usually have been the ones to laugh at you when you talk about crypto. Or they make jokes, oh, Dan's the crypto guy. Oh, how's your crypto portfolio doing? How's the crypto? Those people, they come to you and they start asking you questions of what to buy. Yeah, that's been the gold. That's been a really good sell metric as well. But we have to remember that we are also coming into an interesting time of crypto where liquidity is going to get real massive, and massive liquidity is flowing into the best asset class we could hope for. Check 1 2. Is my mic now louder? I feel like my mic was like super low. Okay, now it's better. I usually have it 10 decibels increased. So I think this should sound a lot better now. Okay. Yeah, we just have to be patient, guys. We do have to be patient. We do have to know that what those things that I stated are true facts. Like retail is not here, and the excitement isn't here like it was back in the day. And it's crazy because like we're literally just we're above 100K. We're holding above 100K. And there isn't like, I just feel like the timeline's just like, it's just silent. Like it's just like it's like, okay, cool. Crypto Face is like, I told you so. Okay, cool. We got Lux Spoon. Lux Spoon is a like there's not very many ticker Bitcoin women out there, but they sometimes pop up on the timeline, and there's a running joke that you're getting catfished, or if you think that there's a woman in ticker Bitcoin. But there are some. We've seen them on the timeline. So shout out to Lux Spoon, bullish on 100K Bitcoin. And then obviously we got the most bullish woman in crypto ever, Randy Hipper, 40 minutes ago saying this is not a drill.
Is a few $100s away from $100,000. Ethereum just smashed $2,000, and the US and the UK just came to a trade deal. Even though the Fed didn't do anything yesterday, we know that 100K Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin is inevitable. Do you agree? Are you happy with this market update? Smash the like, comment your thoughts with your Bitcoin predictions down below. Share this out with friends and give me a follow because, oh my gosh, this is not
She's like, shut the door. This is not an emergency. It's not a drill. This is an emergency. It's not a drill. Shout out to Randy Hipper. She's awesome. And Alex Becker's coming in with his usual tweet, never below 100K ever again. It's the last chance in history. Man, wouldn't that be crazy, though? Just imagine if right now, we have to think about this because this could be a reality. Oh, yeah. Kenneth Lodge says, my sign to exit is when my non-crypto friends are telling me what to buy. Like I ain't been here. Like, I've been here the whole time. You're like, I've been here the whole time, B. Oh yeah, it's holding. It's holding good. It's holding strong. All right, cool. We got the likes up. We got to 10 likes. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, my friends. We at least like to end the stream with 20 likes. I mean, that's the least we could ask for is to end the stream with 20 likes. 20 likes, we can do it. We captured 100K. We captured Trump's announcement. We took profits. We've showed you the trades. We showed you a macro thesis setup. And we hope you appreciate all of the efforts of showing you guys all of these charts and stuff. I don't know how often you pull up the gold chart and compare it on a macro trend to the weekly of Bitcoin, but this is what we like to do here on this channel sometimes, is that, you know, this is actually where the real juice is, because you got to follow the big money. Follow the big money, and you'll know where it's going. You'll know where the trend is. You follow the money. The money is also printed. It's all based on a debt system. What is going to be the best hedge against that debt system in fiat? Well, you got to invest it. You have to put in risk. It has to be into something that is volatile. You don't want it to be dead and also be devaluing in a giant descending wedge of your energy and time going into the toilet. So my question to you, my friends, is what are you going to do about it? And what do you think is going to get you 25% or 30% or more on the dollar of your money? Because if you're not getting more than 30% on the year, they're going to tell you that 10% of the stock market is enough to beat inflation. It's more than 10%. It's actually, if you go to buy like everything combined to probably give you the number of inflation, it's probably over 10%. It's probably 20 to maybe even closer to 30% deflation in the year, or inflation on the year. And then deflating the dollar. Debasing. So what is going to give you that? Someone coming into a 401k, retirement plan. Someone coming into a career out of college as a young 20-something, and now you're investing in a 401k. You're break even. It's not like it's going to be like your parents' 401k that they now have paid into over all basically this. Like, it's not going to be the same. Like, look, your S&P, your NASDAQ, this is what your parents were investing in early, even with the 2008 crash. Okay, so that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get that same return on the stock market with the level of inflation. It's just a fact. So what the hell else are you going to do? You're going to freaking buy Bitcoin. You're going to listen to Pepe Maga right now. Listen to him. He says, well, you see, you just DCA and you call it a day, my friend. MAGA. Make meme coin's great again. And then this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to a Bitcoin chart. You're gonna put it on the weekly. You do this right now. I'm telling you to do it right now. Put Bitcoin on the weekly chart and stop going in the 5-minute. You go to the weekly chart and you look at these runs from even just 2017, 2020, and then you put a box, get the box, and do this. And go, oh, we still have a lot of room to go. We got a whole purple box to get through. And I even go as far as to say this might get a little extended. And we are going to be off to the races, my friends. This is how we get a 500K Bitcoin. It's just it's written in code, my friends. It's just math. But apparently we're all not supposed to buy Bitcoin because it's only for rich people. It's only for rich people, guys. So don't buy it. Don't buy Bitcoin because it's only for Michael Saylor and BlackRock. And they're gonna try and convince, and they're also gonna try and say, oh, just buy the ETF so you get less so you don't have to download this, have a seed phrase in a wallet. You just we'll custodian it for you. Don't worry about it. We'll have the Bitcoin. Don't worry. You just buy the ETF. No, you learn something and you buy that damn Bitcoin and you put it in cold storage. Okay? And you show the system what for. That you can be a bank in cyberspace. It's possible. It's possible, my friends. All right. Well, we've had some fun. I think we're done. Blabbing here. We've accomplished our goal here. We're here. We're bullish. We gave you some news. We gave you some trends. We gave you some charts. We showed you the trades. If you appreciate all of that, then smash up the like, share this with a friend, use the links in the description. It's the best way you can support the channel. And sometimes I might have complained here and there, and get over it. That's all I got to say. Get over it. I might have complained. I might have not, rubbed you the wrong way. Well, guess what? I can't make everyone happy, damn it. So just take it for what it is. And, it's like a podcast. That's how you have to think about it. I'm literally live streaming every day. So, so if you're bullish on this channel, smash up the like. If you're bullish on crypto, smash up the like. If you're bullish on ETH and Bitcoin, and if you're here for the long haul, destroy that like button. Let's go. All right. We'll see you guys later. I want to say bye to the people that are watching on X. Bye-bye. Here to repost and hit that heart. All right. Awesome. There we go. There's Ivan. He was sleeping. He's back with his 100K. All right, now we can repost this. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.